I swear that blue looks like it's glowing out here, and I absolutely love it. I love how there's so many layers to these things, and even though they're just one color, there's a whole lot going on. Like, they don't seem boring at all. Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you. Today I want to review my first sneaker purchase of 2024. This is a silhouette that I've never had before, but I've kept my eyes open for a colorway that I felt like I needed to grab, and I think I found it with this one. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these Nike Zoom VOMERO 5s in the Lakeside colorway. If you're familiar with the channel, then you know I am a big fan of the retro runner silhouettes. Brands that come to mind are Asics, New Balance, Sauconys, that sort of thing. I have not had this silhouette before, but I've had a lot of people recommend that I pick up a pair, both because of comfort and because of style. I think the Zoom VOMERO 5 is a silhouette that really gained a lot of traction and a lot of popularity in 2023. I've almost pulled the trigger multiple times and I just didn't find the right colorway. However, blue is my favorite color, and when you see these, you'll understand why I grabbed them. In this review, I want to show you a side-by-side of some of my other favorite retro running styles, including the 1906R from New Balance and the Saucony Pro Grid Triumph 4. There's a lot of similarities, and I'll point that out to y'all. Also, make sure you stay tuned till the end, because I am going to throw these on feet. I think this is a pair that I'm going to wear a lot this year, especially when it gets nicer outside, and I want to talk about sizing and also just see how they look on feet. The tag reads Nike Zoom VOMERO 5. The color is Lakeside, and this is a size 10. I went true to size just like I do in the 1906R, so hopefully that was the right move. I think retail on these was $160 US. However, I had a code to get 10% off of a purchase over $100, so I used that. So all in, I spent about 150 bucks on these. And enough of my yapping, check these out. Like I said, blue is my favorite color, and these are very monochromatic. It's rare that you can find a pair of shoes that is the same color blue or the same color of anything aside from white for the entire shoe. But really, with the exception of a couple of reflective hits on here, this entire shoe is blue as can be, and I absolutely love that. I think these are so cool looking. It's almost like university blue, but it seems like it's got a little bit more pop than that. So I'm a big fan of these. I know they might seem a little bit flashy at first to some people, but I think this color is great, and I'm really pumped to get this silhouette, which I've been wanting for a long time, in a color that I like so much. I think these are really cool. My first impression whenever I got these out of the box was just that they really did remind me of some other retro running styles that I really like. The first one that comes to mind is this Saucony Pro Grid Triumph 4. The base of this upper just seems to be overlapping mesh like we have here. And then on top of that, you have a lot of synthetic overlays. And on the heel, you get this hard plastic heel anchor to keep your heel in and prevent slippage. And you also get that on this Nike Zoom VOMERO 5. Even the midsoles have some similarities when it comes to the shapes that you see on them, especially back to the heel. They both have some hard plastic underneath the midfoot on the outsole, and that provides some structure there to your midfoot. But you can definitely tell that these two silhouettes were built with the same kind of style in mind and to serve the same purpose. And aside from that pair of Sauconys, I think they remind me of these 1906Rs the most. Once again, we have a base that consists of a nice overlapping mesh. It seems like there's different kind of knits that just overlap each other for the base. It gives you a really breathable, very soft and comfortable shoe, and like I said, I think they're perfect for the summertime. Just like we saw on the Saucony as well, this also has a whole lot of synthetic overlays on it, and it's got a hard plastic heel anchor or a heel clip there at the back to prevent your heel from slipping. The midsoles both look similar to each other, the shape of them, especially underneath the heel back there. Both outsoles have that hard plastic there in the midfoot once again. So you can just see that between all these shoes, there's a whole lot of similarities. They have a very similar construction and style. Typically, I don't think of Nike whenever I think of a retro running silhouette. However, now with these bad boys, I'll definitely work them into the rotation. With that quick comparison out of the way, we'll go ahead and do a really quick review of these. I'm not going to take a whole lot of time on this because I really do just want to get you an on-foot look and talk about sizing and how they feel on feet. But you can tell it's just very monochromatic all over the whole shoe. Even the laces and the sock liner are the exact same color, as well as the outsole. In the front of the outsole, it looks like we've got kind of like a waffle tread pattern like we see on a lot of retro running silhouettes. And as I mentioned before, it does have a hard plastic area there at the midfoot like we've seen on other retro running silhouettes. And then it feels like on the heel of the outsole, that rubber seems a whole lot more firm. It seems a whole lot harder. That feels a lot like the New Balance outsoles, whereas the front of the outsole feels a little bit softer. So I don't know if this will hold up as long as what New Balance retro runners do. It does seem like you might be able to wear this down a little bit over time, at least for these areas in the front. And then as we come up to the midsole, we can see that we've got some Cushlon branding as well as some Nike Zoom branding there at the midsole. I really like the lines that we have here, much like I like the midsole of the 1906R as well. I just think it's really interesting looking. It definitely does remind you of those early 2000s running silhouettes, and I just think they're really cool looking. I'm also pumped that these do have Zoom cushioning in them. I believe they have a Zoom air unit in the heel as well as in the forefoot, but if you know more than that, if you can confirm that, let me know down in the comments. But then coming up to the upper, we can see for the base, we've just got a really breathable mesh. It's all in that Lakeside blue color. I really just love the look of it. And whenever you hold these up, I noticed you can see the light through the side panels. Here you have like a soft rubber where we see all these lines going down behind the swoosh. And whenever you hold that up to the light, you can see that the light comes through there. So I think they'll be very breathable and very comfortable. We just have a whole lot of synthetic overlays in that Lakeside blue color, and we see little areas of reflective, like up here on the toe, there's a little stripe of reflective. On the side, kind of going up to the eye stays surrounding that soft rubber, we see some reflective going up. We have a little strip of reflective going down the middle of the tongue. On the heel, just above this heel anchor, we have two lines of reflective as well. So it is all one color, but I like that if these catch the light just the right way, they'll be a little bit more flashy in that way as well. It looks like our tongue is primarily that breathable blue mesh. I love how that tag kind of flies under the radar, but it does say Nike and VOMERO 5 on there. Our sock liner is that same blue color, as well as our insole, and down on that insole it's got a picture of Bill Bowerman, and I think it says Bowerman series, and of course he's one of the founders of Nike. They didn't come with any extra laces or anything, but I'm fine with that because I just like them all being the same color, so I wouldn't mess with them even if they did. But it's got that oval rope style lace in there. It looks like on the sock liner it has a sticker that says the upper contains synthetic leather. I don't know if these are completely vegan friendly or whatever, but I don't see anything that looks like a genuine leather on these, in case that's something that you're looking for in a shoe. I really love the look of these, and since I haven't had this silhouette before, I really just want to throw them on and see how they look and feel on feet. We can talk about some sizing and that sort of thing. I'll be right back. All right, so I've got them on. I love the look of them, and I would describe the fit as perfectly snug. I have a wide foot. I'm glad I didn't size up because the mesh is just so soft. and even though my wide foot might be up against the sides of the shoe, it doesn't create any discomfort or anything. I would say these feel way more squishy, both under feet and also just the inside of the shoe as well, than the other retro runners that I compared these to in the beginning. They have a really nice give, a really nice cushion, but it's not too much. You still get that support that you need. But I really love the comfort of these, and first impressions, I can see why people were pretty much going nuts for these in 2023. I swear that blue looks like it's glowing out here, and I absolutely love it. Here's a little top-down look. I love all the angles of these things. I would say as far as comfort goes, they are every bit as comfortable as the 1906R or the 2002R from New Balance. And I think the style rivals those shoes as well. This might be the most comfortable pair of Nikes I've ever had on feet. And that blue just glows. I love it. Alright, so hopefully that was enough to give you a sufficient look at these. For the first time having them on feet, I cannot say enough good about them. I love the comfort. I love the style of them. I'm glad I finally have a pair in my collection. I haven't seen anybody else wearing this colorway or talking about this colorway much, so I'm not sure if there were high numbers of them or not, but I know that they sold out after like a day of being up on the Nike app. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will catch you on the next one. I'm out.